Hello, Big Daddy Fun here. Thank you for joining me for today's video. This is the Unbreakable Bedrock, and this is episode 51. I am here at the zombie farm that I made quite a few episodes ago, and the farm does work rather well. Provides me with a fair amount of rotten flesh if I need, and I can also mend my tools as necessary. But that's not really the reason that I'm down here. So I created this micro nano farm basically to gather some wheat and carrots and potatoes and different things pretty quickly. And I've come down here and I've basically been collecting some wheat, and I've kind of come to the realization that there's a slight problem with this farm. And I'm going to fill all these dispensers up, and then I'll show you how the farm works and why this one seems to be somewhat broken, and I'm not really sure exactly what's going on with it or why it's acting the way it is. But anyway, so what you do is just grab some seeds, and you have the 3 dispensers here all facing into a piece of dirt that's tilled, and then you have water next to the dirt. Then you have a block here with a piston, a sticky piston, and then you put a block above each of the dispensers and an observer facing down, and then you put redstone dust on the top of these 3, bring it down over to the piston. And then when you plant something, it triggers everything. It triggers the observer, and that triggers this, and the piston comes over and blocks it off. And so the bone meal is supposed to make the plant grow. And then when this goes across, because there's no light, the crop pops off of the tilled soil, and you can collect it. So you just kind of stand here and do this. So the problem that I have is 2 things. One, every once in a while when the piston pushes the block over, the piston goes back and the block just stays here. Also, every time that I plant a seed in here, so if you look, I have 6 pieces of wheat right now. And I still have 6. If I'm not pointing at the right spot all the time, sometimes it doesn't grow. You see, I gained 3 out of putting down seeds about 5 times. So I've come to the realization that this farm is just not going to really be suitable because it doesn't work super well. So what I'm going to do is, in this episode, first off, I'm going to build a wheat farm. So you might question why I want to build a wheat farm. Well, to be honest with you, the wheat farm is not really my main goal. I have another main goal, and that is to actually start being able to collect some mud so I can make mud blocks and some other different building blocks that I don't have at this point. So the way I play this game is I build farms for an end purpose. And just like when I built the mangrove tree farm, I needed mangrove wood to finish the hull in the nether. Usually if I build a farm, it's because there's a purpose behind it. I don't just build farms to have more resources, just so that if I need them at any point, I'll have them. Yes, that's a part of it, but the main purpose is because I need them to do something else that I want to do. So in this episode, I'm going to first build a wheat farm. And I think I found the spot where I would really like to do it. It's going to take a little bit of work to get everything ready, but this area right in here, so from this block here, if I count this, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it would mean that I'm going to have to either go a little bit further that way by about maybe 3 or 4 blocks, which would be okay. Because really the farm is actually going to be kind of in a diamond shape, so at the center it's going to be narrow and it's kind of going to angle across. So I think I can make this area work. I'm probably just going to have to build on at least a bit of a platform over here for the mine carts. But I think this area here is going to work out. So I'm going to have to take a few trees down and prepare this area so that I can do this farm. So I cleared out the area here, and I got a 13 by 13 section. I cleared all the trees out except for this one, and I'm probably going to clear that one out at some point later on. But anyway, I got the 13 by 13 section here. I have a trench here that's 1 block wide right now. I need it to be 2 blocks deep, so I need to go down 1 more layer. Then I need to place 13 redstone torches, just like that. And then I can place blocks on top of that. Then I'm going to place 4 powered rails on top of those blocks. So I am finished with the building of the wheat farm. The villager, he's been busy. I have 2 pieces of land, or I guess you call it crop soil, that I cannot plant seeds on. I have tried everything I know to do, and I'm not sure why it's not letting me plant on those 2, but it's not. And so, well, I'm just not going to be super worried about it at this point. So the only thing I have left to do on this farm is to build the roof over top. I want to put a roof on here so that the villager has something over his head. And so what I am going to do is I'm going to use some nether wart. I think it'll go real well with the yellow glass that I put down. And I think if I strip the wood, it'll make it go a whole lot better with the wood as well. So I have the wheat farm completely done. I've been checking the chest, and so far I don't have any wheat coming in. That's okay because I wasn't really necessarily expecting it. I'm almost wondering, I might need to take some of those trap doors away. I'm not sure. I'm gonna try it, because I'm not sure if he can actually get to the composter or not. So these are put up to prevent him from making bread. And I think we're kind of past that point now, hopefully. So now if I can get out of here without him sneaking out. Okay, there we go. So it's been a few days since I built the wheat farm. My master and I both spent some time on here playing. My master's been on by himself. I've been on by myself. I have not checked the chest recently. I do know I did check it previously, and there was some wheat in here. And Mobmaster said that he actually took some so he could use the cow crusher to get some leather because he wanted to make some books. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and check and see what we got. And, well, we're not really doing too bad. So we've got almost about 7.5 stacks of wheat. And that's a real good start. So that's going to help me once I build the mud farm to be able to start making some mud bricks and some mud blocks, some mud bricks, and so on and so forth. That'll give me some more blocks that I can use for building. I have decided that I know where I am going to put the mud farm, and that is going to be over here. I've already prepared an area for the mud farm, and I placed 2 shulker boxes here with the necessary supplies that I need. And so the mud farm is going to go right in here. It's going to have a TNT duper just like the tree farm and the mangrove tree farm. So that's kind of why I wanted to put it over here. I'm kind of going to try to keep all the TNT farms over in this area just because they can be a little bit noisy. And we don't want that much noise in a residential area now, do we? So anyway, this is where the mud farm is going to go. I think that's where I'm going to end this episode. I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast putting the wheat farm together, and I'm looking forward to getting a continual harvest of wheat and not really have to do anything to get it. So I want to thank you again for watching this video. I hope you have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. And I will catch you next time. Until then, I'm Big Daddy Fun.